know what, you really can't beat an authentic dish, especially when we're talking about Moroccan tagine. All those wonderful spices that combined with your succulent meat, and of course the addition of a little bit of chickpea, you really are in for a bit of a treat. Let's start off with our onion, which we just peeled. Just going to slice that up. And to that, of course, some garlic. Just crush that down, remove the papery skins. Just chop that up quite roughly. I always like to use fresh ginger. I think ginger powder is wonderful, but once you've got once you get used to those wonderful fresh flavours, you really can't beat it. I kind of like leaving ginger in my freezer because it means you don't have to cut the skin off. You can take it out your freezer and you can grate it using the old microbone. I kind of like that, grating it straight into your cooking. All right, now let's fry that off. Now we're going to add those to our pan, and we've got all these lovely spices, wonderful aromatic spices that you very much associate with Morocco. All of that's going to go into our dish. A little bit of oil into our pan, followed by the onions and garlic. And you just fry those off until you get a little bit of colour on that. We'll just wait and just sweat those down, just so they're slightly softened, and then I'll add my other lovely warm spices. First of all, we're going to start off with the paprika, followed by the turmeric. You say turmeric, I say turmeric. No, we're not going to call the whole thing off. We're going to do some cooking. Lovely. And then, of course, we've got the cumin. I just love all these wonderful warm spices, don't you? They really are. They're so aromatic and they kind of fill the air and they just get you in the mood. Sprinkle that little touch of clove in there too, followed by the ground coriander. Don't get that confused with fresh coriander. People say, what is the difference? Well, one is obviously a spice, the other one's a herb, but I tell you what, this one's just incredibly intense. Okay, the ground coriander. And then, of course, some of this, the old saffron. We're just going to take a pinch of that, and that's going into our tagine, along with the cinnamon, just cinnamon sticks, just crack that in there, and then let those cook down. Don't worry about that being in a sort of slightly dry pan. You want that, okay? You want to kind of, if you like, warm those spices a little bit, really allow the lovely flavours to come out. It's almost like releasing the oils, if you like. And then we're going to grate some fresh ginger in there. Allow that to cook down. Let's get our lamb in there now. Now I've got my lovely meat here from the leg, which I think is absolutely perfect for the tagine. Just going to brown off our lamb pieces. Right, after you sweat that meat down and you can see that it's browning and it's all sort of just working together, all those lovely flavours are infused, then we can start to add our tomatoes. I've got those lovely juicy apricots, not fresh apricots, you know, ready to eat apricots. Just chop those up roughly, pop them into your tagine dish. And of course I've also got some raisins here, optional. You don't need to use them, but I think again it's all part of it being quite authentic. Bit of a drizzle of that honey on there. And finally our stock. And then once you pour your stock in there, you just want to allow that to cook down. Bring that up to the boil if you like, then simmer it. Really simmer it for a good 1.5 hours. Yeah, I did say 1.5 hours. And then I'm going to finish that off with some chickpeas for the last sort of 20 minutes of cooking. Then you can add your chickpeas. And of course, we're going to serve that traditionally with some fabulous couscous. Nothing could be simpler or more delicious. So healthy too. Ooh.